Well, hello everybody, and thank you for joining me on this episode of G-Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. Here we are on July 14th at 7:36 in the evening. And yeah, forget about the rain thing. It always says that. If it's sunny, it says it's going to rain. If it's raining, it says it's going to be sunny. Not a bad, it's just about the same as the weather forecasters on TV, huh? All right, we're finally down to 92 degrees here. Winds have been gusting. They've been up to 24 miles an hour. They're down to 21 now. So I think I'm going to go out and shoot a little bit of a video for you. And we're going to head out the door right now to do that. I have been busy. I had to put stuff back in between the containers where I normally park the van to hide it from the sun and people seeing if I'm here, because the winds have been gusting for the past couple of days, and I've been picking things up down the ways each time. I mean, every day I get up and it's a walk around about 5 acres of land just to pick up stuff that's blown around. And we're walking right into the sun right now, so excuse me for that. But what we're looking at here on the trailer are the materials for the garage door. And picked those up today. I've got to keep them strapped down because of the winds. And inside here, I got the hardware kit and the springs. And I got my chains, I got my hooks, all the stuff I need to get the garage door put together and installed. Except calm weather. Because that old garage door over there I got from my friend Bill used to be partial roof up here. And in one of these winds, that thing come flying over my head and landed over there about 75 feet from where it was strapped down with wires to the tops of the container. So I'm not going to try to handle a garage door in this wind. And right now there's a good gust coming. But as soon as the wind dies down, I will get this thing going. One thing I can probably do is I'm going to need about an 8 by 10 area to build this garage door at, or maybe a 9 by 10 area. But it's got to be nice and flat so I can lay everything out and assemble it. So I may decide to do it in one of the grassy areas or something like that, but I'll have to look around to see where I'm going to have one of the best places to do that at. All right. Normally when we do those, we look for a parking lot or something like that where we can lay everything out flat and do a nice job to square everything up. Well, there's the moon for tonight. Zoom in on that. It's almost full. And as you can see, the flag is kicking around. The PMA is putting out electricity. And that's another thing I got to do. I got to get in there and service all my batteries. And I got to make some permanent connections for some of the wires. Like the PMA wires, I've got those going to the center batteries of the whole battery bank. And actually, I want the positive to be on one end of the battery bank and the negative to be on the other end of the battery bank, so that PMA's input runs through the whole battery bank, not just on the batteries it's connected to, and then have to trickle out from there. All right, just took 2 showers today to try to cool down. I got up this morning, temperatures hit 95 degrees at 9:30. So it was a warm one today, and it just got hotter from there. It was 105 on the porch when last time I checked around lunchtime, and I just said that's too hot. Took a shower, went in, had lunch, and sat underneath the ceiling fan for a while. And then I decided, well, I'm going to go to the store and buy the materials so as soon as the wind dies, I can get to work on that garage door. Already finished my dinner tonight. Sorry, I probably should have recorded the recipe, but I got all the farm fresh vegetables out of the garden house, and I made beef stew. and it was really, really good. I made a small batch, just 2 helping size, because that's all the sirloin I had on the sirloin bush, the sirloin bush that I was growing. But I had plenty of tomatoes and green beans and carrots and potatoes and all that kind of stuff. All come out of my little garden there in my garden in the desert. So it's nice to know that I can grow the food out here. It took a little adaptation, but my garden house is a success, and I'm glad it's working out. I am going to add some more of those IBC totes out there. I've got 750 gallons there now, plus 2 60-gallon drums, plus 3 20-gallon drums. So it's actually 3 60s or another 180 on top of it. So there's 750, 850, 9, almost 1,000 gallons of water right there at the garden house. But I want to increase that a little bit, and the 840 I added up to the other, up by my big tank. That's actually garden water, and then the 2,500 gallons that's in the big tank, that's my living water. That's because I've already figured it out. I can go anywhere from 10 to 12 months on 2,500 gallons. So that's a good thing. The garden is what's going to use up most of the water, but then again, it doesn't really use it up. It turns it into edibles, and that's a good thing. All right, well, that's about all there is for today. I'm standing out here and the wind is blowing, and it feels like somebody's holding a giant hair dryer on me. The humidity is really low, like around 9%. There's no sweaty heat or anything like that. It's just basically dry hot. So I will get to building as soon as I can, and then I'm also going to clean up this area before the winter comes, because it's just starting to look like Sanford and Sons here, and I don't like that. So I want to get things all put away and looking better. All my buckets need to be out of the sun because the sun eats up plastic. My fly traps are still working wonderful wonders, as you can see, full of dead flies. And that's not counting the ones that are on the bottom. During the day when the sun is on there, they're about 4 inches thick of dead flies on the bottom of those 4 containers. Literally, it comes up to here to the that little news sign. But all of that down there, you can see it through the container in the light. It's dark. It's all dead flies. I love these fly traps. They work great. Of course, they're I'm running out of sugary syrup in those, so I'll get some more when I buy the new IBC totes. And my friend Vince down in the OC, he was talking about flies and stuff, and I said, hey, have I got a fly trap for you? So I'm going to put a couple of those together for him, and when next time Andy comes up to visit, I'll send those back down with him, so Vince will have some fly traps. All right, that's it. Haven't seen any snakes around because I've got at least 6 roadrunners living on the property now. And roadrunners and snakes are natural enemies. Roadrunners will eat them. So snakes are gone. I've seen a bunch of lizards running around without tails, so I think that's a collateral damage from the roadrunners. And some of the ones that didn't have tails were what they call scorpion lizards. They're colored like a scorpion, and when they run, they curl their tail in the back up over the top so it looks like a scorpion. And that's supposed to scare off predators. But the roadrunners don't care. They're fast. All right, that's it. I'm going to go inside, pour myself a glass of wine on the rocks, watch some TV, take a nice shower indoors tonight because the wind's blowing too much. I can't go on the outdoor shower. It'll blow me all over the place. The ones I took today, I had to close up the window flaps, and I had to pull, get wet, and dance around a little bit because the wind was blowing the water away. But it worked. G-Bear reminding you, please give me a thumbs up down there. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. If you have subscribed and I haven't already welcomed you aboard, welcome aboard. And by the way, I only need 3 more subscribers to get to 3K, 3,000 subscribers. So who's going to be number 3,000? Get in there and press that button. Let's see. And I did get my first sponsor offer. I had to decline it because it was products that I don't use, and I wouldn't be able to test them properly. But the sponsors are already starting to take notice. So let's get some more notice on there. Let's fill in those subscriptions. G-Bear signing off.